So very warm welcome to Drina House on the Drina Estate in Limavady, Northern Ireland. This is an award-winning venue and we are so pleased to have the use of Drina tonight for our Christmas carols. Tonight we celebrate two very important charities, the Lewy Body Society and the Foyle Hospice. We are here not only to celebrate these charities but also to raise awareness and, more importantly, to donate money to these charities. Online you will find on Facebook and on the web pages the information that you need to donate for tonight's concert. Now we have a fabulous lineup of both song and spoken word and we're so excited to bring this to you tonight. So sit back, relax, enjoy your mince pies and have a little sing-song together.
My name is Joe Kane. I'm a doctor specialising in the diagnosis and treatment of people with dementia, and I'm also a researcher. My research specialty is Lewy body dementia, which is the second most common form of dementia. 2020 has been a really difficult year for most of my patients. They not only have had to contend with COVID-19, but also the social isolation and loneliness that are all the worse when you're also dealing with dementia with Lewy bodies. Dementia research has also taken a massive hit. There are studies that have had to be put on hold or had to be stopped altogether because of COVID-19. And that's something we can ill afford because my patients are suffering and we need better methods of detection for Lewy body dementia. We need better treatments for it as well. So we can't afford to let too much of our research stop. My friends at the Lewy Body Society have done an amazing job this year. First of all, in providing 24/7 support to people with dementia and their caregivers. And they've also done an amazing job of working really hard to come up with new fundraising ideas, such as tonight's wonderful virtual performance. 2020 has shown us that when researchers have the right tools and the right resources at their disposal, that we can find better ways to tackle some of these illnesses. And I believe that's exactly the same with dementia with Lewy bodies. We can do a lot better for my patients that are, in many cases, are in a great deal of distress. And to do that, we need more research funding. Every penny that the Lewy Body Society raises either goes to supporting people with dementia with Lewy bodies and their caregivers or towards research projects which can make their lives better now and in the future. So this year, more than any, thank you so much for your support. Thank you to Les and to everyone involved in tonight's wonderful performance. I'm really sorry I couldn't be there in person this year, but I really look forward to seeing you all in the flesh next year. Wishing you all a very merry and safe Christmas and a very happy 2021. Merry Christmas.
art thou, Mother Christmas? I really wish I knew why Father should get all the praise and no one mentions you. I'll bet you buy the presents and wrap them large and small. And all the while, that rotten swine pretends he's done it all. So here's to Mother Christmas, who shoulders all the work, and down with Father Christmas, that unmitigated jerk.
drafted in a very special guest to help me with my song this year. You ready? You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, he's checking it twice, he's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Hey, you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Merry Christmas, everybody.
I want to thank you for listening to this lovely concert. My name is June Brown and I'm a patron of the Lewy Body Society. I want to quote to you from a beautiful carol. It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's all-gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay, to hear the angels sing.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plain, and the mountains in response, echoing their joyous strain. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Hello, I'm Donal Henderson, Chief Executive at Foyle Hospice. We're absolutely thrilled that Leslie McGee, in partnership with Drina Country Estate, have chosen Foyle Hospice along with the Lewy Body Society as the nominated charities for their Christmas music event this year. As you can imagine, it's been a very difficult year for our patients and our families, but it's also been very challenging for us as an organisation in terms of fundraising to ensure we continue our services. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of those people who have supported this event and wish you a very safe and a very happy Christmas.
On the eve of Christmas, the snow lay deep and white. I sat beside my window and looked into the night. I heard the church bells ringing. I saw the bright stars shine, and childhood came again to me with all its dreams divine. Then as I listened to the bells and watched the skies afar, out of the east majestical there rose one radiant star, and every other star grew pale before that heavenly glow. It seemed to bid me follow, and I could not choose but go. It seemed to bid me follow, and I could not choose but go. From street to street it led me, by many a mansion fair. It shone through dingy casement on many a garret bare. From highway on to highway, through valleys dark and cold, and where it shone the darkness was covered
'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hope that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a lustre of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With the little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment he must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his course as they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose, and gave a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to the team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like down from a thistle. But I heard him explain, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Merry Christmas.
I really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
Baby, it's cold outside.
This evening has
hoping that you
been so
drop in.
very nice.
I'll hold your hands, they're just like
My
ice.
mother will start to
Beautiful,
worry,
what's your
and father will be pacing the
Listen to
floor.
the fireplace
So
roar.
really I better scurry.
Please don't
Well,
hurry.
maybe just a half a drink
Put some records on my
more. The
plate.
neighbors might think,
Baby, it's bad.
say what's in that
No
drink.
cabs to be had up there.
I wish I knew
Her eyes are like
how
starlight
to
now.
break the
I'll
spell.
take your hat, your hair looks
I ought
swell.
to say no, no, no,
Mind if I'm moving
sir.
closer?
At least I'm gonna say that I
What's the sense in
tried.
having my
I
pride?
really can't
Baby,
stay.
don't hold out,
Oh, but it's cold outside. I simply must go.
Baby, it's cold out there.
The answer is no.
Baby, it's cold out there.
This welcome has been
Lucky that you
so
dropped in.
nice and warm.
Look out the window at that
My sister
storm.
will be
Gosh, it looks
suspicious. My mother will be there at the door.
Waves upon a tropical
My
shore.
maiden aunt's mind is
Feeling
vicious.
so delicious.
Maybe just a cigarette more.
So to possibly
I
fall.
simply must go.
Baby, freeze out there.
Say you lend me a
It's up to
call.
your knees out there.
You've really been grand, but don't you see?
How can you do this thing to me?
There's bound to be talk
Think of my
tomorrow.
lifelong
At least there
sorrow.
will be plenty of
If you got me
wine.
mind,
I really can't
I'll
stay.
live that whole night. Baby, it's cold outside.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your hearts be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. 'Cause here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. And faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years, we'll always be together, if the fates allow. So hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Oh, have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Merry Christmas.
Well, everyone, I hope you really enjoyed all of that. And I'm also hoping that everybody was able to have a little sing-song and a little sing-along to some of those numbers that you recognised. There are a lot of thanks to be said tonight, and rather than forget someone, if you follow the credits at the end of this video, you will see just the number of people who have been involved, working so hard to make it a success. I would say a very special word of thanks to the management and staff at Drina Estate. They are fantastic at supporting my charities every single year, so that's a great big thanks to them as well. Don't forget the link for donation. Please share the video with family and friends, because it will run for another few whiles online. And tonight, really only leaves me time to say have a very safe, have a very peaceful, and have a very Merry Christmas. Good night and God bless.